Hi guys, this is another podcast we are releasing, and here you will learn how Spring Boot microservices are communicating with each other. So when we are talking about Java-based or Spring Boot microservices, right? So basically, we also need to think about the protocols, right? So you can use there is a different ways to connect one service to another service, just like you are connecting one Java application to other Java applications, right? So you can use that your HTTP client. Here we are using REST template or REST client. Maybe you can advance reactive service from side. You can use a web client, right? So if you are using Eureka server, you can also get client-side load balancing through Fen client. So this is the way. Ultimately, these are also connecting through if except the web client, right? You can use. You will see that that is basically nothing but an HTTP client, right? How you are consuming any other, you can say Java service, right? And you are calling any other Java application from other Java application. And other ways you can use through a messaging. So earlier we already know that there are many such Java messaging concepts and vendors are there which is providing the queues, and nowadays we are using the brokers, right, like RabbitMQ, Kafka. So we can use the brokers, and these are nothing but message brokers through which basically we can configure and one service can communicate to other service. So if you want to implement Saga design pattern or maybe any other ways for transaction management and other purposes where you want to use for asynchronous communication, you can use that Kafka brokers or maybe RabbitMQ, and then you can communicate it. Third thing is that you can also use it basically a file system. So let's say one service is generating some files, other services want to use this file and process the files like that. So file system can also be used it, correct? So that is another way you can use it, right? So you can generate some documents, files, or any other things. You can just give it. So other service can, you can say, process the file, generate the result, and things like that, correct? So that file system is a scenario to scenario based, but most of the times you need to use that through a REST template, right? Or maybe through pen client, web client, you can use it, or making you can use through a messaging, right? Asynchronous messaging, a message communication is basically nothing but coming under Spring Cloud Stream, right? So this is the way you can understand that how one service can communicate to another service. Now, one more point you need to understand that where how are you communicating this service to directly, or you are communicating through a Eureka server. If you are communicating through Eureka server, you can get that name of the service from the Eureka server and then you can call it up, right? Else you need to directly configure the URL and then you can call it up, right? So depends how you are using, is nothing but how you are using the service discovery, correct? So there are multiple ways people are using a service discovery, but you that is the, let's say if you are using a service discovery using that Eureka server, so that's the way you can just implement, and you can just do it. So I hope it makes sense and you got the concept how one Spring Boot microservice is communicating to other, correct? So if you like the content, you can subscribe our channel, Ashish Academy, right? For much more free content. If you are listening on YouTube directly, you can subscribe and hit the bell icon. Or if you are listening on the mail, maybe so you can get that YouTube channel link into this, you can say in details. So you can click on that and subscribe it. Thank you very much.